bought from a friend a piece of root of red karee. I cut a small piece out of it because it was totally rotten, and the core in this one also in some places is rotten. So I'll see what I can do. I'll try and work around it, and I'll try and do a vase or a bowl or whatever the shape of the wood and the pattern of the wood will take me. I had to work with a very low speed. It was out of balance altogether, and lucky enough I'm using carbide tool, and this one I'm using black line carbide tools, and slowly I had to go like I said before on other videos of mine. It's like eating an elephant, bite by bite, slow, step by step, otherwise it will fly out of the faceplate. It will be much easier to cut a piece off to make the base than to machine it out with a carbide tool because of the shape. And now got myself a nice flat area, but if you have a look at it, the whole core is quite rotten, so I'll have to find a solution for it. And now I'm starting to create the shape that I've got in my head towards it, and I hope it will work fine. The core is so rotten that I was worried that there is no way that I can hold it, and I was afraid to make a recess. So I decided that I'm going to drill a hole here, and I'm going to put a plug. And I decided that I'm going to use for this plug, because of the color of the wood, I'm going to use paduk. I had two choices, or to go with a similar color, or just to go with a totally different color, but I decided to stay with very similar color. So I had the leftover piece of paduk, and then I decided to use this one to plug it in. To save myself a lot of work in the end of the project, I decided to drill already the hole here. That will be for my logo. I'll cut it off, and you will see, and you'll ask yourself, why do I do the lines on the outside of this one and not on the side where I usually put the logo in? And the reason is I'm putting few lines to make it rough, so when I'll glue it in, it will have enough place to hold the glue, and because I'm going to use wood glue. And now I discovered that the plug is a little bit too big, so I had two options, or to cut into the project, and I decided to do that, or to put back again the plug and machine the plug. Hold it with the revolving center, and now a day later I'm going to machine the base. You can see there is a very fine line between the paduk and the wood. So I decided to fill it up with coffee powder, black coffee powder, and then I'll sandpaper it till I'll be left with a very thin dark line. And after that, I'm going to do my 2 extra lines, darken them with speed and a piece of formica, and I'll do it also on this line. And that's another way to make it fill in. So, and now I'm starting to sandpaper it. I know that there is 1 or 2 guys that say, why do I use a glove? On the outside I'm using a glove because it's holding better the sandpaper, and in the inside I don't use a glove because in the inside is a little bit dangerous sometimes. I know you guys don't like it, but it works for me. So if you are afraid, don't follow me on this one. Make your own decision. Now I'm going to put paper, I'm going to put painter's tape around it, so just for safety, so it doesn't fly out. And before that I put on the bed, on the back also, for the glue not to stick to the wood, but I decided I'll cancel it and I'll put hot gun glue directly on the wood. The problem here is that on this side is also quite rotten, so I decided I'm going to drill till I can fit in a revolving center, and I drilled it deep enough to the same area where I want the deepness of the inside to be. So now I've got, because I was worried that it will break, so I wanted to have a support, so that's why I done that one. And now I have a revolving center all the way to the end, and it's holding, the project is holding this piece tight in. Don't forget that I have over there put it in with a hot gun glue, that you never know if it's strong enough to hold it or not. And I'm going to machine it all the way to the same depthness of what I drilled in. Only the last few steps I'm doing without the support of the revolving center. By the way, I forgot to tell you, in the inside and the outside, I'm going all the way to 400, not more than 400. In between the cracks, there is pieces left that have been 1/3 off from the machining, and I'm removing them with a Dremel. For the finish on this one, I've done an adaptation of Obi Shine juice, but I'm using shellac mixed with designated alcohol only. I didn't put boiled linseed oil. I wanted it to dry a little bit quicker, and I was worried that in the cracks it will come and it will be too oily inside in between. So that's why I decided only shellac and designated alcohol, and I'm putting it on, let it dry, and then I'll do it again. And I've done it 3 times till I was happy. I'm using a heat gun to warm up a little bit the hot gun glue, because I was worried if I'll press on it, it will break because of the condition of this wood. I did sandpaper it also up to 400. Hi, so that's my new project. I got it from a friend, like I said, a root, I don't know what tree, and I was in a few minds, shall I put resin in or shall I not put resin in? I decided eventually not to put resin in, leave it as it is, and the finish, like I said on the video, the finish is an adaptation of Obi Shine juice. It is shellac and alcohol, just for it to dry a little bit quicker. It still has to be dried for 2-3 hours. It was interesting one. Out of my normal work as with resin and wood, but when I finished it and I saw the patterns and everything, it was sacrilege to put resin into this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy, don't forget, put some comments, subscribe. If you didn't subscribe so far, press the bell. It will tell you when I've got another video. I'm sorry I haven't been here for a while. I've been away, and when I came back, I had some friends coming over from overseas, and we toured South Africa, so I couldn't find time to put another video. So from this week, every week, a video. Thank you very much for staying all the way to the end and listen to me mumbling. Cheers, and I'll see you on my next video.